Hello. I'm trying this new medium to see if it'll work out for us to communicate. Tough times in Houston these days and tough times around the country. It actually makes me think when I first came to Houston roughly 40 years ago, and frankly, I ran out of money. In fact, that was so tough. It was so tough. I was cutting wood and burning it at night to keep my house warm because I didn't want to run up my utility bills. But I was really blessed. I came up with an asset I had forgotten about, that a banker was willing to loan me enough money to keep my business afloat for 60 days. And I think deep down his belief in me is what made a difference for me to stay afloat. And obviously here I am 40 odd years later, still standing in Houston and prospering. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on today with COVID-19 and its ripple effect. I've created over here a simple little visual because I thought it would be easy for people to see. We're going to look at the fact that the government has done some things, and we're going to talk about that and how it impacts both individuals and businesses, but also how banking is involved, and the fact that as individuals we have taxable accounts, we have tax postponed accounts, and we have tax aware accounts. And how does that all fit in? The new CARE Act that was just passed enabled businesses to either have payroll relief for up to 8 weeks. Now there are tough rules that you've got to follow, but it's really a forgivable loan, or what turns out to be a grant if you follow the rules. There's also an economic disaster loan that's available to businesses for up to $2 million that has very attractive terms and very attractive interest rates. Both of these you'd approach your bank to talk about. And then finally, what about individuals at this time? Obviously, we would hope you would have some emergency money. In addition, if you're filing a joint return and your adjusted gross income is below $150,000 or single 75,000, and you have any children under 17, then you're going to get $1,200 per person plus $500 for children. So if you have a husband and wife and 2 kids, that's 12 plus 12 plus 5 plus 5, which makes it $3,400 that'll be coming in here in the next couple weeks. In addition to that, you can do out of your tax postponed account 2 places. One is your home, because you don't pay taxes on the gain in your home, and there are some exclusions that your CPA can go over with you. But you can do what's called a home equity line of credit. Again, you tie that into working with your banker. But in addition, the government changed the rules. So if you have a 401k type plan, you can borrow up to 50% of the fair market value up to $100,000. It used to be $50,000. So again, in our hypothetical example that I'm going to talk about, if you had more than $200,000 in here, you could borrow up to $100,000 and you have 5 years to pay it back. So that can help you too. If you're over here and you had a stock portfolio and you want to borrow money, if you had a portfolio worth $40 and you borrowed 20 and the stock market declined, then you've got to either A, come up with more cash or sell your stock to make up the difference, because the most that you can borrow from a stock portfolio is 50% of the fair market value of your portfolio. And we've just finished the worst quarter in history that's on record. So a lot of people that were in the stock market got hurt, and if you had any equities, you probably lost some ground too this year so far. Over here is a vehicle that most people don't think about, and that's the cash values of their life insurance. And there are some other very attractive advantages in Texas for having that money. But if you can have very attractive terms, usually from the company. You just have to contact your local representative that works with you on your policy. And if you don't have anybody, you're happy to call us. We have tie-ins to a number of companies, so we may be able to help you in that arena. Now, I've just given you some general overviews of ways that both businesses and individuals could access funds. But they're general in nature, and they're from sources we believe reliable, although they're not guaranteed. Each situation is unique, so we would invite you to call our office at 713-984-8044. Again, 984-8044. In the closing piece, there'll be contact information in addition to that. And we'll offer you a 30-minute video or Zoom or GoToMeeting type of virtual meeting that we can do, or a phone call, and we'll just talk about your situation. The one that I think of was a number of years ago. This client had so much credit card it was choking him, and in a conversation he mentioned to me, Ron, I have this timberland I inherited. And I said, why don't you look at clear cutting it, and you'll have to pay some capital gains tax, but see what it comes out to be. He did, and guess what? His tax bill was less than the interest on the money for a year. He actually had money left over after he paid out all his credit card debt, and it really was a help. So again, I hope we have an opportunity to talk personally. If not, I hope this has been a benefit to you. Thank you very much.